Again, thank you everyone for joining us for our June champion call. Quick agenda for today. We're going to talk about what we have coming next. We have a ergonomics wall flash, the screenings, and HRA, an update on that. Taking a moment to talk about those Fitbit orders that have been available. Hydration campaign we have coming up. Champion of the month, an update on wellness dollars, the July EAP webinar, and of course we'll have time for questions at the end. As per usual, if you have any questions along the way, do feel free to shout those out, and we'll be happy to go through any questions. Wanted to first start off here by talking about the next wellness initiative that we have coming up. We're going to be running an ergonomics wall flash. It's going to be a 2-week campaign that's going to be taking place in July. For the well flash, it's going to be worth 15 incentive points for completion, and it really is going to be focused on how to sit and stand properly at work. I know a number of you guys do sit throughout the workday, and we do have some other folks that have purchased standing desks either as part of wellness dollars or just create one on your own. But we really want to spend some time to go through the best way to use the standing desk, and if you are sitting, the best way to do so to inform that to make sure that you're doing it in the proper position and not causing any potential injuries there. That really will be the main focus of the well flash. The way it will work is that when the well flash starts on that Tuesday, July 5th, we'll be sending out a communication to let everyone know that the well flash is available on the portal, and there'll be links to different articles and videos to watch about sitting and standing correctly. And once each participant finishes viewing them and reading all about those details, there'll be a quiz available on the Banking on Fitness portal, and everyone who completes it and gets the questions correct will receive those 15 points. So that's one of the upcoming wellness initiatives we have coming up. That's something that's not included in that original incentive details flyer because we want to have a spontaneous activity for ways to earn more points. Does anyone have any questions on the well flash and how that will work on the portal? In the July newsletter that comes out on July 1st, the beginning of the month, it'll also have more details about the ergonomics well flash there. And again, as I mentioned, on that Tuesday, July 5th is when it will officially go live, and an email will go out from the portal with details on that. If you guys have any questions, once we do get closer to that July date, do feel free to reach out. Hopefully this is another great way to earn more incentive points while also learning a bit more about how to be comfortable and sit in a way or stand in a way that helps to prevent injury and makes it a little bit easier throughout the workday. Another thing we'd like to focus on, since we really are close to that midpoint of the year for our incentive program, since we're right around June here timeframe, the incentive program has been available for a couple months. We've already completed all those on-site screenings. We're wanting to do a incentive point awareness campaign for June. And this is a checklist we created that we'd like to hand out and kind of have as the big emphasis during this time frame to make sure everyone is aware of all of those required activities. Of course, for this year's program, the 3 required activities are the HRA, the screening, and the tobacco incentive, whether it is that tobacco-free affidavit or the Fresh Steps smoking cessation program. And then, of course, everyone needs to accumulate those additional 200 incentive points to earn the wellness incentive for this year. So we really want this to serve as an update for everyone to be reminded of those required activities, and also really to get everyone back into the portal to log in and see where they are in terms of their points. A quick update on the points from the on-site screenings. We're uploading all those points into all the portals along with all the screening data in batches based on when the on-site event was. So therefore, by the end of this week, we hope to have all of the remaining points from the on-site screening events and data results uploaded into the portals for everyone. Any questions on the campaign we'd like to do for the incentive program and required activities? Hopefully these checklists you guys can help us to hand out to everyone at your location to really serve as that reminder to get everything completed. All right, great. I want to take a moment and also talk about the Fitbit orders. We know that that order form did go out already. Candace, do you want to speak a little bit more about these orders that are now available and the order form?
Sure. So we do have the Fitbit order form available through email. I will send it out again today. But just like you guys to remind everyone at your location that they can complete the form and that they will be eligible for wellness dollars if they do order the Fitbit charge through the bank, and they just have to check the box off and return it to me. We have about 45 people who have placed an order so far, 45 orders. So some more orders before we can fulfill the full discount. We would, if anyone has any questions, just let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them.
We do also ask that you remind everyone at your location that the order form will not be open for the entire month. So if anyone is interested, they do need to get those orders placed in that order form into Candace, because after that, that will close out since we do need to order them all at one time in a bulk order. I know when we first did that initial survey to garner what interest there was to purchase one with the discount, we had, I think it was Candace, was it close to 200 people that were interested? Is that what it was?
I think it was closer to 300 people that were interested. So.
Oh, even more. Great. I hope that no one that filled that out that was interested then isn't aware that this is their time to get that order in for that discount. So there definitely are a lot more people that were originally interested. I don't know if any of those folks have just ordered one in the meantime or are no longer interested, but we definitely want to make sure everyone is aware that this is that order we were talking about with that survey, where we had about 300 individuals interested in purchasing the Fitbit through the bank bulk order discount.
Hi, Rachel. This is Lisa Landry. I know personally for myself what may be happening is I went on the Fitbit website to get some more information about the Fitbit, and they're actually cheaper on the website. So it could be that people are going to order off of the website and then just submit a receipt for the incentive dollar.
Got it, thanks. And I know we were actually looking at that a little bit earlier today. It looks like they are running a sale currently. And if that's the case, we're obviously more than fine with that as well. We want to make sure you guys can get the best pricing. So if that's the case, great too. But therefore, we want to make sure people order those then before that sale does run out on the Fitbit website as well.
Make sure that this is Joanne, that y'all look at apples and apples, because some of it has different warranties on it or some type of other enhancements. I don't know if that is the same as the ones on sale. And again, the sale may end, so you want to make sure you order it before the sale ends if it happens to be basically on sale. Are we there? Yep.
Great. Well, again, just all we ask is that you would help to remind everyone, so if they're purchasing it through the Fitbit site, through that sale, or through that bulk order, the bulk order form is closing shortly, and want to make sure we can get as many orders in as possible. Moving on now to the hydration campaign. This is another initiative that we have coming up here shortly. This is going to be something we're going to have running through the last couple weeks of June here. This is a screenshot of what that flyer will look like as we're running the hydration campaign. This is going to be something we are running that is not associated with incentive points. One of our other overall goals for this year for the Bank on Fitness program is we really want the program to come to life and not be strictly associated with the incentive points program, and prove to everyone that banking on fitness means that we care about the health and well-being of all the bank's employees. And one way we want to show that is by offering a challenge, this hydration campaign, which does not involve incentive points, but something we're doing and rolling out to really just emphasize that we're caring about everyone's health and wellness, especially in the summer. We know how hot it can be, and focusing on healthy hydration really through this campaign here. Again, this is a screenshot of a checklist we will be sending out as part of this campaign. Candace will be sending out more information as we get closer as well. We have also put the water tracker up on.
It's connected to GoToMeeting, but
Oh, is anyone having some issues with the GoToMeeting? I'm hearing a little talk in the background about this. Can everyone hear okay?
We can.
Okay, great. Well, all right. Well, if anyone else has any trouble, do mention something in the chat function, and I'll make sure to check that. For the hydration campaign, though, back to that, right over here, this is the widget that we've now placed on the Banking and Fitness portal, and that's what people can use for the campaign as a tracker. They could, of course, print this flyer out as well and use those classes as a check mark if they prefer. And we're hoping that people will really be interested in this. At your own location as the champion, we'd also like to encourage all of you to help people participate and focus on their water consumption. Of course, water consumption can come in more than just the form of water itself, but we want to make sure people are at a minimum staying away from any sugary drinks for this campaign here. And if we can help focus on water in the offices, we know that would be a great help if we want to have any hydration stations available. I've seen some other champions for other clients I work with have pitchers of water, and they'll just cut up some fresh fruit to put in them to give the water a little pizzazz and make people more interested in drinking it and staying focused on the hydration campaign. So any little idea like that that may help to get more people involved, we certainly do encourage you to do, and hopefully people will enjoy participating in the hydration campaign we have coming up. A couple more details again about this is that it will be for the last 2 weeks of June. That water tracker is already available on the Banking and Fitness portal. And again, it's not associated with any incentive points. It's another campaign that we'd like to have available to really showcase that the Banking on Fitness portal goes beyond just those incentive points in the incentive campaign, and really is an all-encompassing program to improve the health and well-being of all Crescent Bank employees. Any questions on the hydration campaign? Oh, go ahead.
I just want to say that very intimidating. Brittany walked into the meeting today with a gallon of water, and half of it is gone. And I want to know how she does that, because this is really hard for me, is to meet the hydration needs.
All right, let's hear your secrets.
So, Brittany, I think you should challenge everybody.
yes.
Yeah. You do two things, water and weight at the same time.
I'm sorry, Rachel, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask if there's any questions or comments about the hydration campaign, but that jug of, did you say it was a gallon of water she has?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive.
I like it.
Can someone send in a picture of that? I'd love to see her drinking from that gallon of water. I'm envisioning it now, but I'm not sure if it's quite the same. What about anyone else on the phone? Do you guys think that setting up a hydration station, maybe with some pitchers of water with some fruit to put in it, or any other focuses like that would help more people participate?
Any comments, champion?
What was the question again?
For the hydration campaign, do you guys think if there's anything we can help you guys do at your own locations? Do you think something would be helpful, such as having some pitchers of water, maybe with some fresh fruit to put in to make some flavored water, or if there's anything else that could help get people interested in participating?
We did hand out water infuser bottles that we all thought were really great, and the employees love it, and I've noticed some people are already using it with the fruit inside of it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
Great idea, Mickey.
Any other thoughts or questions on that hydration campaign we have coming up for the last 2 weeks of June?
I think providing fruit here in this is Talamika and Baton Rouge, if they could add fruit to their water, if we could provide that for them, I think that'll be a great idea.
Do you think we would need to have any cups available, or everyone has their own cups, so that would be fine to use?
Everyone has their own mug here, their own water bottle already. So I think if we could just give them the fruit to put in it, that'll be okay. That'll be good.
I think that'd be a great idea.
Unfortunately, I don't have the space to store fruit in a refrigerator because we only have 2 refrigerators, small ones, for 180 people. Right now they're totally jam-packed, so I don't think I'll be able to do that in our location.
Well, you gave the cups, so if they're willing to bring their own fruit, that's great.
What about, too, this is Charlotte from Hub, but I've also seen some clients do mint or basil, just any type of herb, I would say, might be helpful, too, in addition to lemons and limes and oranges aren't really a good solution. Just food for thought, really.
It's great food for thought.
Okay, Rachel.
All right, great. Actually, with that, Candace, I'm going to hand it over to you to talk about Champion of the Month and some of the next items in our presentation today.
Thank you very much. All right, so as you can see, our Champion of the Month this month is Terry from Vets. She really challenged her employees in the Veterans Branch to be active and do different things, like you can see the hula hoop, the jump rope, weights, and the yoga mat out during the Be Active Challenge. So congratulations, we're really excited, and thank you for sending us these pictures. They were fantastic.
Yeah, that's great. Love that.
So we'd love to see the rest of the champions just challenge their employees throughout the program to do different things and just to be creative and send pictures. We definitely want to see pictures.
Great job.
Yeah, I really do think just sharing the photos of what one group does with the other group, it just motivates and kind of has a domino reaction because people just want to, it just makes you want to do something.
Oh, yeah. And it looks like this was all pretty easy to execute, too, right there at the office with the yoga mat or maybe jump rope. I'm a little far from the screen, but it looks like it was pretty simple in terms of, like, setup to be able to execute. So fantastic.
Even planks. Look at Darlene doing her plank.
Has anyone thought of doing anything like this and have any questions on how to implement it while we're all on the phone? We can brainstorm together.
Well, just here in Harahan, we were actually thinking about just in the hallways getting, sending out an announcement and saying we're going to do 10 minutes of wall sits or squats or just walking up and down the hall, and when it's hot outside and you can't go out and walk, just some way to keep our employees active throughout the day. So maybe we can do that in all locations. Just I can easily send out an email and say, everybody take 10 minutes of your day and just do something different.
Challenge them. Harrigan's doing theirs now. How about you doing yours now?
And whoever would like to participate can.
Right. Within their.
Any other ideas or thoughts?
I don't know. Do we have any people on the phone?
I also wanted to point out that it certainly doesn't need to be fitness related if you think that's something that the folks at your office may not be interested in. If it's, you know, taking a break to do a meditation together, and it may even not need to be the middle of the day. It could be in the morning before work starts, something to do together. I'm definitely open to any of those types of ideas to implement in your offices so we can get everyone together and get really focused on, again, taking the wellness program really beyond just the incentive points program.
Yeah, and I know it's kind of hard for some of the LPOs when you only have 2 folks, 2 employees. It's not the same as in an office where you have a lot of people. So we realize that. So we almost really need to think out of the box of what, you know, they're able to do. So it's not awkward or just uncomfortable or just they just don't feel like they can do that. But
I think this is a great forum in which to really share some of those, because we of course want the calls to be presenting information, but we also really want to hear back from you all. What are some of the challenges, and brainstorm together? What are some of the successes? Of course, like we're showing here on at the vet location, that other people can maybe copy or just kind of take and customize it to their own location. So do we have any particular feedback? What are some of your challenges? Let's talk through them and see how we can help.
Lisa, do you have any kind of feedback you can give us? I know you gave us the feedback with the Fitbit. Do you have anything that possibly would work, you know, with the LPOs? What do you think that could help? Would help with getting people involved and getting to do something?
You know, unfortunately, you know, on the lending side right now, you know, we wear so many hats and we get so busy. It's easy to get stuck behind your desk all day, and to not focus on wellness or, you know, the different things that we should be doing. I think that the reminders and the things that Candace sends out is helpful. You know, we post the flyers. We do, you know, we have offered the time for them, anyone who wants to get up and move around and do those types of things. I know personally for me, I'm having to do that because of some issues I'm having. But it's just we get so busy, Joanne, you know, and we get focused on what's in front of us. So probably...
Go ahead.
I was just going to say probably, you know, probably the reminders, you know, the different emails like Candace is sending. If there was a way to do an automated type messaging, kind of maybe through the, you know, the little instant messaging we have now.
yeah,
You know, maybe if there was a way, yeah, to send something out that pops up that says, hi, have you gotten up and walked today? Or hi, have you, you know, had some hydration today? You know, those types of things to kind of maybe snap people out of what they're focused on.
Great idea. And we can do it through the link system. That is a good idea.
Right.
Thank you.
and you know what, Lisa, that Candace had also sent out those at your desk exercises. Maybe we need to resend those. Those are things just you could actually stand up just for a couple of minutes and do a couple of little things, or even while you're sitting, do a few exercises.
Yeah,
I think if
it's
get in the
really
habit of-
important.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
we're
I'm
not-
sorry.
We don't want to force anybody to do anything. We're just trying to give you some ideas of things that can take place at the workstation or in the office.
Well, I know personally for me, I'm having to do physical therapy right now, and a lot of my problems come from my type of desk chair, how I sit, how I work, how I don't get up and move. And, you know, I'm paying for that now. So, you know, maybe for someone who's just starting out or who's not having issues, especially the ergonomic campaign y'all about to start would be very helpful to prevent people from having issues.
Right.
Have we ever considered an ergonomic study? And I'm only saying that because my husband is a safety guy. And, You know, he talks to me about that all the time, about how you use your mouse, how you use your keyboard, the height of your monitors, those types of things, because that's a safety issue for them where he works.
Yeah, well, we actually do try to keep that in mind, and but we're going to take that as a takeaway for the LPOs. Definitely. Good idea.
Thanks for the feedback, Lisa.
Oh, you're welcome. I really honestly wish we would have had this a long time ago, because it probably would have helped my situation. And I have been more health conscious since we started this.
Yeah, well, you know, we've gotten such great feedback from the we're running a campaign of little surveys, and we've gotten a lot of fantastic feedback about the education that we're providing to everybody through the wellness program. So, you know, these calls are meant, really, it's just a what can we do for you setting, so that we can help everybody attain some goals that we all need to live by. Okay, Rachel.
Great.
So back to our wellness dollars, we have not actually reimbursed anything yet. We are, once the screening data is completed and processed, and Rachel will send me the email with all the information about who has the HRA and the screenings completed, then we're going to be processing wellness dollars. And I did a quick look over it today, and we have actually have 32 people who have already applied for wellness dollars, not including the 45 people who have placed orders for Fitbit. So I think we're doing good this year in promoting it, and we want to make sure everyone is aware of what requirements need to be completed so that they can earn their wellness dollars. If we have new employees are eligible to earn wellness dollars as long as they complete the HRA and the screening. So if they have any questions about if something isn't listed on this sheet of information, feel free to ask me. We have had a few things that are not on here that we're also reimbursing for. And if they have any other questions just in general, or if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Hey, Candace, has there been thus far this year anything submitted that wasn't on this list to share?
We've had one of those under desk bicycles, the pedals, and that was different. I don't think there were too many things off of the outside of the list that we've had.
What are the majority of the reimbursements for?
The majority are the Fitbits this year.
Okay.
And I believe last year as well. We did have several people last year who purchased standing desks, which we did highlight almost everybody who purchased a standing desk in the music letter this month.
Well, after that came out, I got several emails and phone calls about information on where to get one of those standing desks.
Nice.
So I think that we'll have a surge of interest.
Great.
I've actually seen a couple of them in our mailroom, so being delivered.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, but the only thing we are not reimbursing on are, for sure, are apparel. We're not clothing, but other than that, we have had, last year we had a kayak paddle, bicycle, several bicycles, both outdoor bicycles and indoor bicycles. So,
but remember too, it can also be for several things. It doesn't have to be one item. That we'll keep track of the up to $100 reimbursement. So if you need a hula hoop to say move in as well, go ahead and buy a hula hoop. We'll pay for it.
Everything.
any questions on wellness dollars? Okay, so next month in July, we are going to be doing another EAP webinar. These are going to be for everyone in the bank. The last one we did was actually on alcohol and substance abuse, and I think it was very informative and had a lot of great information. This time, we're actually going to be doing it on preparedness and any kind of disaster. I know we have people all over the country, so we're just kind of having everyone aware of what you need inside your home, safety numbers that you need to have on hand, what you would want to take with you if you have to leave in an emergency, or if you need to stay in your home, what things you need to keep in the house. So we definitely want everyone to try to participate if they can. It is going to be on July 19th at 10 a.m. Central Time. And if you have any questions about that, please let me know.
So you'll give everybody advance notice?
Yes, I will definitely.
And how long, an hour?
And it's 1 hour. Okay, and then oh, did you want to mention it, Rachel?
I was going to want to just mention one thing about June and how the focus is on Men's Health Month. We have a flyer that will be going out. Candace will be sending out, but have some other information here. Candace, did you want to go through some of this, or do you want me to take some of this on?
You can go ahead.
Great. So I want to pull together a few facts to keep in mind since June is, of course, Men's Health Month. 1 in 3 American men are clinically obese, and men are twice as likely to eat meat products than women. I'm sure that's not too surprising. Women are also twice as likely to eat fruits and vegetables. Over 7 million men haven't seen a doctor in over 10 years.
Wow.
And men utilize half as many preventive care visits as women. On that note, 52% of men meet the federal activity guidelines for physical activity, and men are more likely to experience stress than women. These are some facts that are some maybe less surprising than others, but especially with the number that are visiting doctors and getting their preventive care visits done, it really is important that we take the health focus of June seriously to help those that, whether they're coworkers or family members, or if you're a man yourself, to take care of these, and really focusing on how we can reverse the trend. And again, whether it's if you're a man or if you're someone in your family is or coworker, trying to help them with some key focuses on trying to limit that red meat consumption to once or twice a week, eating more fruits and vegetables, aiming to have those 5 to 9 servings each day. Importantly, not only for general health, but also it does tie into, of course, our incentive program of making an appointment to see a doctor at least once a year. Of course, it is something you can earn incentive points for, but not only is it important for those points, but also, of course, to get that check-in with your physician. Exercising more as well, aiming for at least 30 minutes most days, tying right into our last Be Active challenge. But again, even beyond the challenge, you know, it doesn't always have to be every day, but trying to get those 30 minutes most days really can help. One of my favorite slogans I've seen on that is, being manly doesn't have to mean being unhealthy. So to tie in with that, we have this great flyer that Candace put together. Candace, did you want to talk about the flyer and what we're going to be doing with it?
I was going to be sending that out later this afternoon once I get back to my desk. Just focusing on men's health. This is Men's Health Week, so I'll try to put together a few different things and send it out today, Wednesday, and Friday.
Love that. That is really good. Are you gonna put those up in the restrooms,
yes,
or on the bulletin board as well?
Definitely, we're going to put those in the restrooms and on the bulletin boards here. We'd like you guys to go ahead and do the same.
Hi, can I make a comment back to the previous subject real quick?
Sure.
One of the things I just heard y'all speaking about, y'all were talking about, you know, obesity and those types of things. And how about if, for part of the points, you know how we offer the, you know, the classes that they can go through and earn the points? Well, if we have someone who did the health screening maybe that has poor numbers, how about as part of a point, or if they make a phone call and have a consultation with a dietitian? Because, you know, my husband just went through bariatric surgery back in October, and I've learned so much about proteins and vegetables, what vegetables are good, what vegetables are not, what proteins are good, where to get sources of protein from, things that I didn't know before that I've learned through a dietitian. So maybe for those who have poor numbers, there can be an extra incentive component if you have maybe a 15-minute conversation or a 30-minute conversation with a dietitian. Just an idea.
Definitely. And also WCS wellness coaches, actually, they're all dietitians. They're all registered dietitians.
Okay.
Yes, they are, with that expertise in exercise as well. And currently with the incentive program, you can receive points for each coaching session. And then also we did have that tie-in with metabolic syndrome this year, where if someone's based on their screen results, if they are at risk, they actually, just as you said, they can get more points by having, normally it's 25 points per session, but if someone's screen results indicate that they're at risk for metabolic syndrome, they'll actually be able to receive 100 points after 3 sessions, which of course, normally to get those 100 points, it would take 4 coaching sessions. So we definitely would love everyone to participate in that, and definitely share with others at your location that all of our coaches are registered dietitians, because they can definitely go through all that same information with anyone who calls in for those sessions.
Well, maybe, you know, but honestly, maybe some people, when you use the big word metabolic syndrome, you know, maybe if we had a flyer that was more low-key that says, you know, something a little fun, hey, well, your number's this, or your number's that. Do you need help understanding, you know, what's a good protein, what's a good carb, what's, I don't know, something more interactive for them to ask the questions. And, you know, I didn't really remember that our coaches were dietitians. You know, maybe a reminder to that, and using those types of terms other than a metabolic syndrome.
Sure, we can certainly do some coaching promotion.
Yeah,
definitely.
Right. I mean, I don't know. Maybe, you know, like the flyers you put together, you know, do something a little creative, you know, to talk about, do you know what's a good protein? Do you, like I said, do you know what's a good carb? Is this a good carb? Is this a good protein? Yes, no. I don't know, just to get people thinking about it. And that might lead to, you know, to other conversations they may have.
That is great feedback, and we will definitely do something with that suggestion.
Does anyone else have any suggestions like that? This is great feedback for us to put into place.
Yeah, I think at least in the call centers, and we could share this with everybody though, but I think it would be helpful for us to have some sort of a chart that shows you on a daily basis, and it's probably different for men and women, but how many grams of protein and carbs and grains and stuff that you should have on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. I think that we just don't know that, or you know, we might read it, but we don't retain that very easily. But if it's somewhere where you're going to the snack machine or the food machine and you can look and see, it kind of helps. I think it just kind of resonates, you know, at that time with you.
And I think the visual component to have it. So once we, you know, like it's one handful of nuts, or it's one handful of sugars or whatever. Because when you hear cup, let's say, or measurement, it's hard to visualize that. But I think if we can do something more, here's exactly what it looks like.
Yep. We can replace that like we have the water right now. That, you know, do something just like Stephanie's saying, something with the grams, or just like you're saying, Charlotte, definitely like a baseball size or size, you know, something that everyone is, especially right now being baseball season, what's the size of a baseball that you could.
I like where we're going, Joanne. I like it.
Keep it going with what's going on in the world. And especially everyone watches right now baseball, college and the professional, you know. So.
Joanne, baseball's a touchy subject today. LSU lost last night.
I know, Lisa.
I was wondering where this was going.
about to say, I lost a lot of sleep on LSU baseball.
Sad evening in my household. Not only my
Mine
husband,
too.
But I think to the metabolic syndrome point, I think there's definitely more that we could do to share with everybody. So that was great feedback.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, Rachel?
Just so you know, the coaching, the next, you're pretty much not going to do it till maybe June or July, the end of June, the 30th through July, kind of,
Uh-huh.
because they're so booked up and there's no times after work, so they'd have to do it. It's like 8 a.m., 10 a.m., things like that for people to be able to sign up. Just FYI.
And our coaches are monitoring those, so if that's, I'm wondering if maybe that happened more recently that more of those slots got booked up. Because if things are getting booked up, they're always trying to open up some more slots, so that's good to be aware of. So I'll make sure to mention that to them. Thanks. Any other feedback or thoughts for things that we should be focusing on? We'd love to see if anyone has any other feedback. Okay, that really brings us to the end of our call today. Want to read a couple of things now that we're towards the end. Of course, reminder that we have that hydration campaign coming up, and Candace will be sending out more information on. As we just saw, this is now June, and especially this week is Men's Health Month, and with the awareness campaign we'll have going on throughout this week. We'll have that ergonomics well flash that will be starting in July. And we'd love to hear more of your feedback along the way. We're going to be starting to actually start reimbursing for those wellness dollars soon, since we'll have that list of those that have completed the HRA and screening. And again, do please just provide us feedback and submit any of your pictures from activities you've put together. Looking forward to see who our champion of the month will be for July.
We need pictures.
Yes, please do send in your pictures. Any other final comments or questions while we're all still on the call together?
All right, folks, thank you for your participation.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay.
Have a good day.